All right. Well, since you're afraid, I might as well put you on blast. You shouldn't have showed such a vulnerability when I said, "Hey, do you want?" We started having a conversation, and I was like, "Do you want to just have this on the podcast?" And you were like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, all right, cool. I won't hit record." And you said, "I'm afraid," and I was like, "Well, now I have to hit record." This is that whole shame thing, and so let's backtrack. What were you asking me? Because I still haven't actually even gotten to what you're trying to talk to me about because I thought it was confusing.
That actually works out for the best because I forgot what I was asking.
No, I got the gist of it.
No, I'm pretty high, so I actually remember what I was talking.
You were
about.
like, should I start off this episode?
No, that's not what I said.
Even though I just said we're watching the Norm Macdonald clip, and he was saying to Mark Maron how he was the second Mark Maron. Mark Maron's like, so let's talk about politics for a second. I hate talking about it. And Norm's like, let's not talk about it. And then Norm's like, nah, I can kind of hear that people aren't thinking it's that funny anymore. And that's the big issue for me. That's what I'm always telling you. You always bring something up. I'm like, no, it's not funny. Like, it doesn't have to be funny all the time, Alex. It doesn't have to be funny all the time, Alex. Yeah, it does. I
don't know, because sometimes...
It's gotta be funny all the time.
Okay, you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
Make them laugh.
So then you said, you were like, should I... After I tell you that I'm like Norm saying it has to be funny, and you're like Mark Maron not caring at all if it's funny...
That's me. Everyone says I'm basically Mark Maron.
Basically. You sound like him, you look like him, you act like him.
I do act like him. I should start working the voice.
Yeah, you should. That'd be really cool if you just have a Norm and Mark Maron podcast.
That'd be sick.
But you're like, so should I, even though you literally just said to me in our last conversation that, you think that it should always be funny stuff we talk about, Alex. So should I, taking that note into consideration, should I start off the podcast by talking? Should I apologize for what happened yesterday? To which I replied, as anyone else would, what happened yesterday? And then you were like, when I was disrespecting you, and I was like, when were you disrespecting me?
That's not what I said.
Then what happened?
First off, I did say before, yeah, everything should be funny. But then I also said, however, it's kind of funny that I never seem to understand that concept. You always have to explain it.
Right.
So because I gave myself that
really
quick
good
and
setup,
easy
man.
out, I just basically forgot the concept.
Really good setup.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
just a great setter.
Exactly. That's, yep.
There's a whole position in volleyball for that, man.
I'm the setter. And what I said to you was that I was insensitive, I think is the word I used.
Insensitive, yeah, which is a really lame word to be using guy to guy. All right, I don't like hearing you say insensitive to me, okay? It's probably one of the last words I want to hear you say.
Well, that's what I said.
That's true.
And I was saying, should I apologize for being insensitive? Because because I've noticed that when I get angry on here in a joking way.
When do I get angry, though?
Huh?
When do I get angry?
You don't, that's the thing. But whenever I get angry, if I'm joking, I never sound like I'm joking. So then I thought I sounded like I was being a real asshole yesterday. So.
No, well, here's going to blow your mind, right? You always sound like you're being an asshole.
That's the problem.
Just in general, when you talk, no matter what could be hot, whatever it is about you're talking about, doesn't matter. Just when you yourself, when you speak, I'm just like, that guy's an asshole, right? And that's usually fine. But I think it's when you become aware of it, when you start to like, oh shit, people are watching me kind of a thing. And that's the real issue.
I guess I'm just gonna have to take that and do the best way I can to apply it, and I'm just gonna get a job at Rent a Car Enterprise because they give you the tools to be your own boss.
They really help you succeed. I saw a clip today of those fucking dumb British guys from Top Gear.
I don't know what Top Gear is.
I should just talk to an actual mannequin. I don't know Top Gear is. Your only thing is here. Your only responsibility is to be like, oh yeah, Top Gear.
Oh yeah,
and
Top Gear.
Keep talking like, well, no. What do you mean you know what Top Gear is?
I don't think I know what Top Gear is.
I'm gonna sit here and make it awkward.
Gear
Look it up on your
top.
phone. I'm gonna sit here and wait. Because you know what the fuck this is. You know what the fuck the show is. I never even watched it. I know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. It's been around forever. They like rebooted it with like fucking Matt LeBlanc or something randomly. Like they tried to do like an American version or something. I think it went on Amazon for a second.
I sincerely have no idea what this is.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
I've never
It's
seen
fucking
this
Top
before.
Gear. It's like one of those
These guys don't look remotely familiar.
Bullshit. The one tall guy with the curly hair definitely looks...
No one's got curly hair, so I guess I'm looking at the reboot.
I
There's
hate
a
you.
bald guy, a blonde guy, and a guy with a crew cut and a beard.
I don't know what
it
that
says
is.
BBC Top Gear.
Top
Series 27 because they don't understand how seasons work in television shows.
Okay, that first photo is ridiculous. I don't know how many people are. It's the second photo next to it on Google. That's the right guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, actually looks kind of familiar. Those guys actually
I don't know
look
who
very
those
familiar.
fucking other bozos are. Let me see the rebooted one.
Why didn't you just say Top Gear?
You're right, my
I recognize
bad.
those guys.
The point is, everyone knows what it is but you. Everyone but you knows what that is, okay? And they're talking about, apparently, the tall guy in the middle of that trio, not the fake trio that Google tries lying to with the whole, it's my go-to reference. It's no. We were never at war with that country. We were at war with this country the entire time from 1984. And the one guy who's in the middle, he was saying how, I'm going to do a little investigative journalism here. Let's just figure out their names are. Instead of me saying the 3 different guys, I'll just pretend I know their names.
Well, there's tall guy.
There's tall guy.
There's Pete.
Jeremy Clarkson, who's the one I was talking about.
The tall guy?
Yes.
Is he the tall guy from the real one or the tall guy from the fake one?
And there's James May, who's also a guy, and Richard. Okay, Jeremy, James, and Richard. So Richard was talking to Jeremy about how, also it's funny, it says that they're all Top Gear 2002, 2015, but since they also, the death year, it looks like they all die in 2015, like damn, they do die filming an episode. That'd be a sick way to reboot a show. All 3 of your hosts in their live action series die on camera.
Yep. And then 3 years later they reboot, but they never make mention to the fact that the other host died. they just act like the show went off the air for a few years and they brought it back. Jeremy
Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond. Richard Hammond's talking to Jeremy Clarkson, saying how apparently in their last episode of Top Gear, the very popular show that everyone knows about,
except me,
and even across the pond, all the Americans over there know about it too. That's what he said. especially the ones in the Northeast, they're really familiar with it. He was talking about
really
how
out of the loop, I
guess he was talking about how apparently in the previous episode, because it looks like they did kind of like a I guess an episode / like a Talking Dead after episode. So they were talking about how apparently he made some sort of remarks, Jeremy, about the bus union. And the union bus guy, like, apparently he just really tore him apart. Then the union president called the show and was like, "Hey, you fucking cocksucker. You want to talk shit? Why don't you come work a day at the bus driver? See how fucking hard it is, right? Make some real money, okay? Earn some respect, okay? They don't love him. They fear him. There's a difference, Cologelo, okay?" That's really good. They had one of those conversations. And then fucking the guy, James, who didn't say anything this entire exchange, was like, "I drove a bus. It was fucking easy." Wait, and then he's like, it's literally, and then the other guy's like, "How easy is it?" He's like, "It's literally the easiest job in the world." And then Richard, the guy who asked the first question, is like, "Well, not easier than this." And because we're just, look at us, we're just talking on a show getting paid. And then the guy James is like, "No, much easier, because there's not a camera and you can just smoke cigarettes and everything else. You don't have to worry about what people are doing." So the guy's basically saying he was just driving kids around smoking cigarettes all day, having a ball. It's pretty funny.
So he gets it.
He gets it.
This is scary shit, man.
He gets it.
Fucking, I had something I wanted to say, and I completely forgot about it.
I had something I wanted to say too, but let's see what your thing was about.
I don't remember what my thing was about, so let's go to your thing.
Let's go to your thing first, though. We'll look back to my thing. What are we going to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the thing that you thought you wanted to talk about, because I was excited to hear that.
It's actually that's a serious coincidence, because that's something I want to talk about as well.
It's really good that, for once, we're on the same page.
That's wild.
It's pretty cool.
So someone, somebody that I used to know, right? Just someone who cut me off, act like we never happened, that I was nothing. They didn't message me the other night, just completely out of the blue.
No way.
Not that person.
Oh, dude. I thought, no, hold on a second. Backpedal.
No.
I thought it was that person. I was like, whoa, you played that so well when I asked about that. And also, what a coincidence, but no.
What a coincidence. No, not that person. Different person. Somebody
I
that I used to know.
Now.
So this person just, out of the blue, after like at least a year of silence, if not more.
Are you sure it's not the person I was thinking about?
Different person.
This is all timeline-wise.
They just, they did the great opener of just Hey at 2:30 a.m.
Nice.
Something that I would never even have the gall to do. It's like it's been a year. 2:30 in the morning. Hey
with a period. Hey.
No explanation. No
just
grammar.
hey.
No punctuation. Just lowercase hey. It's like, really?
Did you just really? Either ignore it or just react with the thumbs up?
No, I wanted to know what was going on. So I got because what happened was they texted me hey, and I was like,
at what time did you say it was 2:34
a.m.
Okay.
2:34 a.m. They text me saying hey. No contact. Been well over a year, right? And I'm as I've stated before, I'm in a game, I'm facilitating. Me and the Pelicans were playing. Okay.
Yeah, whoever this person is, fuck them. Trying to put this added pressure on the guy who's saving the Pelicans.
I know. I'm trying to play for the Pelicans, man.
Unbelievable. The selfishness.
So, but they texted me, and I saw the notification. I just saw, hey, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's like a gut punch, right?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking tear you apart tomorrow in the cast. It's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna be able to be like, fuck this hoe, right? And I was super excited, and then I said like, "Hey," back to see what they said, and then they acted normal. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, great. There's gonna pretend nothing happened. I can tear them apart. I'm like, fucking awesome." Because I wasn't gonna respond at all. But then I have a fucking fiduciary responsibility to this podcast to at least respond. Because what kind of story is it if I just end it by saying, "So I never responded." Hey.
Actually,
move on.
You want to know what kind of story there would be?
Story you would tell.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's another
That's
person
a
on the show.
Robbie story.
And that's yet to face me, the real bad guy.
He gets the license plate made up for all the different parts he has. It's like inmate number 1, scared house, scared con 3, girl's father number 2, Doctor House.
That's back when shows were cool.
That's back when shows were cool. That was before TV sucked. Yeah,
back to this hoe.
Yeah. So no, that's the thing. So I have a fiduciary responsibility to fucking respond to see where this conversation goes. I respond, right? Where's the conversation go again?
South,
I'm like, this is gonna be
east,
so
west.
Great. It's gonna be so fucking funny. I'm just gonna be able to come on here and be like blah 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 blah, right? Super excited about it. In actuality, get a nice fucking long apology for the last time we talked and the things that they said. And I was like, God fucking damn it. Ooh, I was robbed of it. I was robbed of it. Okay, I was fully anticipating nothing but just, cunty behavior. Just incessantly cunty behavior. And I was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to have a full story here. You know what? It doesn't even matter. Because I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Fuck anything that happens to me. Because it's just a story that I can then tell, right?
Yes, genius.
Again, because what I needed was more. I needed more disconnectment from myself, right? I needed more of that. I need to have
anybody
more
I know
detached.
Personally, you were the person by far needs the most.
More detached from myself and my emotions.
Yes.
So I was like, terrific. This bitch gonna come out here acting like a bitch, right? I'm gonna put him on blast on MTV. Okay.
Didn't you give some great advice about how things should always be funny?
They should always be funny.
I know. To apologize.
And then she apologizes. So then I have to be like,
was it like a real heartfelt one too?
It was a legitimate one, and it wasn't like it wasn't like I had to fucking say. I didn't have to be a little bitch and be like, because if the roles are reversed, okay. Let's workshop this different, okay? If I was a guy texting a girl after a year of radio silence after a fight, and I said, "Hey," the girl would be like, "Hey?" "Hey?" Second text. Really? Third text.
But it'd be.
And then the fourth text would be some long one saying like, "You're just gonna say hey after you haven't talked to me since fucking October 17th, and it's been fucking 14 months and 3 weeks, and you're gonna come out here to say hey." That's the best response. I was just like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, let's see what happens here, right?"
Did you have the decency to put any punctuation on it?
No. Monkey see, monkey do.
Nice.
I was just following along, and I respond, and then like I said, then without being even necessarily fucking brought up, they're just like, and I was so angry.
So hold on. It was hey at 2:35.
Maybe 10 messages, yeah, back to back.
And how long did you take to respond though?
I responded, I think 10 minutes after the first one. And then it was like 4 or 5 texts where it was like within 2 minutes.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they had their long apology text.
Out of nowhere.
I didn't even open it for an hour.
Left field pop. Here's this long ass apology.
For an hour, then I responded, and then they responded when they woke up, and I didn't respond after that.
So there's no segue to this apology though. Just out of left field, just slap her in the face.
I mean, I guess the segue was how are you? Like what's new? And then when they said what was new with them, they were also like, oh, by the way, I want to apologize for the last time we talked.
I don't like those type of segues. I have a friend who I talk to. I'm sorry I'm cutting you off for a second, though. Every time I talk to her, though, I'll text saying, hey, how's things going? And then 6 to 7 days go by, and then I'll get a text going, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. And I always go, don't worry about it. I get we're busy. Just, you can just respond normally next time and say, hey, how's it going? And then she won't respond. And 6 months will go by. Then I'll check in again. And it repeats over and over again. So my point was I hate that kind of segue, but I guess that segue never actually happened. I guess I just wanted to selfishly talk about myself for a second. It's a really bad habit I have.
It's something.
I thought I was connected there, and it wasn't connected.
It wasn't actually at all. You should want to talk about yourself, but that's fine. I get it. That happens.
That's sick. I'm sorry.
But no. So basically, yeah, it was. I got really excited, and then I got really angry at myself. I was like, the fact that I'm not gonna be able to fucking just tear this person apart. Now I would have that slight feeling of remorse and guilt if I were to do that.
Can we get any details of the falling out? Of the last war between these two sides of the
the one thing that's the funny thing I think that still is funny even though they did in fact apologize is that, and again I mean maybe humor is subjective, sure. What I find to be pretty, a little bit of a laugh about it is the last conversation we did have, which like I said was like a year and a half ago or something.
14 months, 3 weeks ago.
Sure. 14 months, 3 weeks and 4 days and 6 hours and 15 minutes from the previous communication, right? They were giving me shit for being 22 and living at home.
Oh.
and they gave me shit for that and like 3 other things. And then
now, did those giving shit for things happen in a natural way, or were they also just like, "How are you?" By the way,
pretty much, it was like, "Hey, I'd love to just pile on you right now if you're not busy with other things."
Do you have some free time?
Yeah. Do you have like an hour open window for me just to fucking
Berate
viciously berate you like a fucking malignant cunt? if you can schedule, I can wait. I actually have an open night, so you can put me in like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Up to you. But no, they pretty much were like, "You're a loser who lives at home because you're 22, and what a fucking, how dare you?"
Yeah.
And then,
hey, we got our own podcast.
I know. It's like, do you realize I have a podcast?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking
that narrative
to?
There, I live at home.
By choice.
I live at home
to host a podcast,
so I can have more time to host a podcast.
Fucking idiot.
Idiots.
You should know that. God.
You should know that.
You should have to explain that to
You
fucking
gotta
those
do
beneath
it to
us.
me, the guy with a podcast. So that was the one thing I got shit for. And then the second thing they gave me shit for,
was it because you're tall, but you're not like super tall?
Right.
So like you're in that weird like he's taller than most guys, but
exactly.
he's
I'm
not
taller
tall
than the
enough to be
average guy.
tall.
I'm not tall. I'm taller than the average, but I'm
yeah.
not taller where it's like, damn, that guy's a tall guy.
Yeah,
He's
is that what she gave you shit for?
not her, no. Not her, no. No, mostly it was like, fuck you, fuck you, you live at home, you little bitch boy, baby bitch, you fucking little,
You'll never be a bitch, what's he say?
Yeah, you'll never have a rich dad, you will always have a tiny baby bitch dad. And I was like, all right, you know what, shut the fuck up. But no, so,
you don't say that.
The hilarity, y'all don't say that, the hilarity is, in their update, in their update, they alluded to the fact that now they to themselves now live at home.
Oof.
I know. And you know what's even funnier? You know what's even funnier?
Turns the tables they have.
You know what's even funnier?
What's that?
Okay, check this out. These two things are pretty funny if you ask me, right? One, I was a loser for living at home when I was 22. They're 24 living at home. So that's at least 2 years worth more of losering than I have ever even experienced. Which that's kind of funny. Pot on the kettle black. And the second thing, which is even the funnier thing if you ask me, is that, you know what one of the nice things about living at home for you and I is?
We get to hang out and party all the time.
Hang out and party all the time. We get along, and we have a pretty good relationship with our parents, right?
Yeah, for
Very
the
good.
most part.
This fucking, maybe because it's the whole, being rude thing, like I established with the whole calling me out for all this shit, right? Turn out that the shit don't stank. She does not have a nice relationship with her parents or her siblings.
How many siblings?
I think like a dozen or something.
Is she the milk in the middle?
Of like 11.
Oh.
So she's like 6.
So is she that kid who has the frog named Beans?
No, won't go that far. If we're going to compare them to a dozen characters, she's probably... Honestly... 100% to a T, Piper Paraboo.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Also, you know what? Not even, as if the whole elitist thing. As if the whole, being like, you're a fucking loser, huh?
You can probably just post on a thumbnail now, just for that.
True. That's not a bad idea. As far as the actual, being a bitch thing, right? Where it was all like, oh, fuck you, you're a loser. Fucking
did the apology stem back to any of that stuff, or the apology was unrelated to those things?
Apology was for that.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. It wasn't lost on them, the whole... So I gave you shit?
Funny.
I'm glad about that. Which, again, why I can't just... I wanted it to be the opposite of that.
No, when you said she apologized, though, I thought this wasn't going to be funny at all. But now when you're saying she apologized for those things that we brought, that is so funny.
The one thing I'm still waiting for an apology for, which I don't think I'll get because I guess they're not that cool, is it was in that dog piling of shit where it was like you fucking
you have body
live at home
and you're not cool enough.
Exactly, all those things. One of the other things that was thrown on into that mudslide was fucking. And also, you're a fucking pothead, so fuck you. And I was like, fucking, you know what? Fine. Fuck you too. And I never responded.
Is that what you said or no?
I never said fuck you too. In my head, I said fuck you. I just never answered that point. So as far as the
you
person
should have
thinks
said,
communications
hey,
go, it's
you
like,
can make
I
fun of
just
me for
died.
this and for that, but you ever
exactly
make fun of me for being a pothead.
Do the whole, since they were doing the pot calling the kettle black to me being hypocritical, I then become hypocritical myself. And me, the guy who always says, who always fucking... The guy who always says something that I've now already forgot what I was going to say. What did you just say?
I didn't say anything. I stopped because I realized you're on a roll.
Back it up. I'm not going to lose this one.
You're going to say me, the guy who says...
Hold on. I almost got it. You can tell. The listeners can't tell, but I'm visually thinking with my face.
Kelso, are you okay? That's just the face making what I'm thinking.
Hold on, I'm like right there.
Should I keep
You can keep
backpedaling for
going.
you?
No, you can keep talking about nonsense.
No, it's not nonsense. Fucking you now.
What was I gonna say, man? Maybe she's right. Maybe I spoke to her fucking pod.
That's what it was. No, that's what it was. I said, "Fucking, you should have said to her, you can make fun of me for this or for that, but you dare."
Yeah, thank you.
You're
okay.
welcome.
So yeah, and for me, the guy, okay, I should have been hypocritical as well. And for the guy who always makes fun of people who say, "Listen, you can talk whatever shit about me you want to talk about. You talk about my friends or my family, I'll fucking kill you." Those people, right? Those losers, the bottom, the fucking just
hey,
absolute fucking gum on my shoe of people.
Hey, I say that.
You're a loser too. Okay, you're gum as well.
I don't say that anymore, but I have said that in the past.
Listen, you can fucking say whatever you want about me.
No, hold on.
But you say this about my friends or my family, all I'll see is red.
Go to your hypocritical part so you don't forget.
The hypocritical part was I should have then... I lost it again. Hold on. What was the
all you're thinking, I'm going to say my
part?
story. That line, I said, because we were talking about True That Doesn't before. Remember, he's like, he was dissing my family. Remember the kid says that?
Yeah.
Fucking some kid in school at Olo, just call him out, Anthony at Olo, fucking said, so he was making fun of you or dad or something, and I like pushed him around, and I was like, he was dissing my family. And I said it just like that kid in True That Doesn't. So I have said that. And I was like, he can say what he wants about me, but he was dissing my family. I was in Olo, dude. I was like 11 years old. Okay, you gotta cut me a little bit of slack.
We're off the we'll get that in a second. Well, I remember what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that I should have then, after being the guy who always makes fun of people who do the whole talk about me and my family, I should be like, you can make fun of me all you want, but you talk about how me smoking pot, I'll fucking kill you. I should have done that entire fucking. I should have just gone the opposite end of the spectrum with it and just committed. I should have been a hypocrite as well and done that to her. I agree.
I know where you live and I've seen where you sleep, and I swear might as well cry when they see what I've done to you.
For a second, I was like, wow, Robbie's gonna do this successfully, and then you crashed and burned.
Yeah, it was close.
It wasn't. It wasn't close enough. It was, you got the first 2 of 4 right. So
hey,
you
Alex,
batted in 50.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
And you saved it.
Thank you.
What was the natural segue that you alluded to?
Fights at Ola. How fucking off the chain they were.
Those were insane, dude. That shit was literal Fight Club back then. You know why? It's because even though you think the kids in fucking uniforms, right, dressed to the nines, how are you guys gonna get into fights when you get so much class and style, right? I'll tell you how. It's because it's the juxtaposition of that, rigid structure of being in the upper elite wearing uniform, wearing ties and shit to school with my shoes all shiny. Okay. You put that outside into the blistering cold of the Northeast, into a playground of cement floors, picket fences, and brick walls, and the only we have around us is basketball fucking hoops without nets and chains.
Yeah, there was no net.
You know what that is? That's called a goddamn prison yard, all right? That's why so many fights broke out, because it's the fucking, we're supposed to be these, it's like you put us in those white-collar prison of all time, and guess what? Fights break out there, too.
All right, best memory on the playground at Olo, and then your worst memory, or talk about the best fight you had in the playground.
Okay. Me first?
Yeah.
Why don't you go first? Since you don't
all right, fine.
Approach the topic.
My best memory, I think,
okay,
was when I first started going to Olo. It was one of the first recesses outside. And the only cool thing, the basketball hoops were like, what the fuck kind of ghetto school is this?
They were double-rimmed hoops, which is the worst.
We had fucking Foursquare. Actual cement Foursquare.
Foursquare was the fucking bomb playing that.
But we weren't playing Foursquare this fine afternoon. It was like a fall afternoon, so it was just windy enough for us to get cold, but not cold enough. But it was too windy to be doing what we were doing.
That's weather on the island.
Yeah. It was too windy to be doing this. Kids were gathered around the Foursquare. I thought a fight was going on.
That's sick.
I'm like, whoa, am I going to see my first fight in school?
Awesome.
And I was in second grade, okay?
That's sick.
I walk up to see what's going on in this Foursquare thing. I see 2 kids on the ground like, oh shit, this is getting rough. And they were having a Yu-Gi-Oh duel.
Oh.
They were actually
Way
playing
less cool.
Yu-Gi-Oh outside the Foursquare. Kids were huddled around.
That's way
like
less
shit
cool.
was going down.
That's way less cool.
That was one of my best memories. That's fucking crazy.
The fight thing I actually remembered is the one with Couscous in, I think, it was, I think, first grade, because kindergarten we weren't friends at all.
Yeah, you guys fucking hated each other.
Which was weird because when we were like 3 and 4, we were at Olo helping. Not helping. I was sitting there and he was sitting there too. But we'd sit there and play or whatever while mom and his mom would do the lunch stuff.
Fucking dweebs.
So and we were
Hang out with
pals
your
then.
moms
For some
all
reason,
day.
in kindergarten we were like, maybe because his last name's a C, my last name's a Y. We're so far apart in the classroom. It was like a turf war kind of
No, I
thing.
get that. That makes sense.
It was like, hey, when we get separated into first half of the alphabet, second half of the alphabet, you're the second half, so I don't like you. One of those kind of things. And I was like, you're the first half, so fuck you. You know what C stands for? Cocksucker. All right?
Hey, you know what Y stands for?
Your mom sucked my dick last night.
That was good. I couldn't think of a Y. Dude, you guys were brutal kindergartners.
We were.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
vicious,
I
dude.
never would have thought of that in kindergarten.
Fucking.
You know what I would have said in kindergarten? You can say what you want about me, but don't diss my family.
Exactly, dude. Kindergarten was wild, bro. We had turf wars from the first 13 to the second 13. Okay?
Do you have any distinct memories of kindergarten?
Yeah,
or
we
just
had
these- okay.
turf wars between the first 13 and the second 13.
No, I thought you were just like general. I
we
meant like
had.
distinct.
I was getting kisses under the desk.
Whoa, what?
I was fucking.
I was daydreaming about.
Me and Nikki were selling fucking Capri Suns that were empty and folded over to be cell phones for like a quarter a piece.
Hey guys, come to the playground. Cynthia, I can sell 3 kisses for $3.
Dude, we were fucking. It was literally.
You might need someone
I was
to handle
literally
your money
living the
for
Wolf
you.
of Wall Street when I was in kindergarten, bro.
That's pretty
I was the
insane.
whole. I made 49 million, which really pissed me off because it was 3 million shy of $1 million a week.
Dude, I don't understand how you and I are so categorically different from each other. It never even would have occurred to me to attempt to sell Capri Suns, make like a small side hustle.
Hell yeah,
in
man!
fucking
Me and
3rd
Nikki were tearing
grade.
shit up, dude.
Fucking, I never would have gone kisses under the fucking desk.
No? Crazy, bro.
The closest thing I ever got to a kiss at Olo was fucking the. Should I just say names to make the story
No.
real or no? Fine.
I didn't into my fight though. So hold on. Me and Couscous weren't even fucking friends in kindergarten because of the whole turf war thing. But then I guess first grade we were. Now it was whole. Let's just assign the seats. We'll change up every once in a while.
Let's do it however we want to have fun with the kids.
But first grade though, we're at recess and for like it was like day 5 of the school year. And day 1, 2, 3, and 4, I see Couscous go out there and like just take some random kid and just throw him into the fence,
way.
put his form against
Yo,
the kid's
what?
throw him like, I'll
What?
fucking kill you. Okay, just going at
Dude,
him.
I thought I knew this
with his
kid.
little
Who is this
Weasley
guy?
friend Parker, who I don't know anything about him past when I left in 2nd grade, but I guarantee I would put all if I were to be taking bets, I would put all of my money on that when people from his high school, wherever he went to high school, right? I guarantee someone's like now we're in our 20s. They're like Park. Oh yeah, that kid who didn't that guy jerk off in the auditorium. That's the kind of that's the picture of everything that person looks like. That was what that Parker kid was. Okay.
Okay, I thought
That's the
that was an actual
personality.
thing
That's the
about
look.
him.
That's everything.
Gotcha.
So Couscous's little friend Parker was standing there like, yeah, beat him up. Yeah, he was like the fucking
Mimsy.
No, he was like not Mimsy. He was like the 3 fucking little annoying shits in Night Before Christmas. He was all 3 of them combined into one person.
Oh god, what an idiot! That
Yeah.
sucks. It's
He
so
was a
annoying.
lunatic. He had like a buzz cut and like a really creepy smile and like pointy eyes, just weird shit.
So not only was he them in character, like their characters
It
for
looked like
him,
him too.
he looked like them.
Yeah, it was fucking terrifying.
Fucking back to Couscous being a
on
fucking
4
bully.
days and on the 5th day on that Friday, he
You
threw us me up
stopped
against
him.
the fence.
He threw you up against the fence.
Yeah, and then me and him.
Is
I
this
was the
kid
first
tripping?
person who didn't like start because the first 4 people he threw up against the fence honestly needed to get thrown
Dude,
up against the fence.
him and Mimsy were fucking hanging out together, going, "We're gonna pick on next."
I
And they're
know.
both doing that whole fucking
Yeah, exactly.
clapping the back
And it
of
was
their
crazy
hands
too. 'Cause I remember
together.
exactly how he was dressed.
with
He dressed the
toothpicks.
same because it's fall time. He dressed the same way all the time. He had a fucking.
Was he a sweater kid?
He's a cardigan kid.
That's
yeah.
so funny.
So
he's putting kids up against the wall.
No,
with a
you're missing the
cardigan.
best of it. No, so it's a car. Okay, so it's the slacks.
Yeah.
The dress shoes, the black dress socks, the belt, the shirt tucked in, the tie, the cardigan.
Yeah.
On top of that, we're outside, so he's wearing a jacket. He had like an all yellow like Port Jeff.
Oh, I remember those
basketball,
jackets.
like a windbreaker,
Yeah,
one of those like
I remember
sports
those.
ones, like the township of Port Jeff one, bright yellow ones.
Yeah.
He had one of those on, which he always had on, and he had a striped beanie on that was blue and white that was Olo. I never knew where he got that from because I never saw anything like that ever. My entire time of being there, he had some Olo beanie he always wore outside.
I remember that beanie.
So I remember the outfit. I was wearing my fucking my red puffer jacket. That used to be the fucking looking so cherry out there on that
stuntman
on that
jacket.
Yeah, my stuntman jacket. I looked awesome on there, dude. That's probably saved it to me for day 5. He was like, "Well, if I don't win this fight, at least by Monday it's yesterday's news."
Exactly. At least had Saturday and Sunday to get over that.
So he throws me up against the fence, and then we go back and forth for a little bit. Like a couple of hits are thrown.
Wow.
And then afterwards,
how the fuck have I never heard the story before?
And then
I've never heard the story before.
You've heard the story. And then me and him after that, we both kind of stopped at the same time. We were just like, all right. And he was like, you're right, all right.
I could do this all day.
So then he's like, and then we admit, you know what? Yeah, we're pretty evenly matched here. Let's just the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
He was like, Mimsy's my friend.
Exactly. So then me and him became pals again, and we were lived happily ever after.
What a crazy fucking story.
That's my favorite fight story from Olo.
My fight's not nearly as cool as yours. It actually, unlike the other story, the Yu-Gi-Oh fight. Oh, you want to hear my closest I ever got to a kiss at Olo, or the fight story?
Is the closest you ever got to the kiss involve you getting your face painted?
No.
Okay, well, I'll hear that story then. Sure.
My closest to getting kissed is so far from actually getting kissed that it's weird.
It's
I even refer to it.
To even refer to it as almost getting there.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to first base. It's like I was playing solitaire.
One of those times where they decided to just have fun with it and arrange the seating order just for shits and giggles.
Those were wild times. Dude, you remember how crazy that was? Dude. Every once in a while, you'd walk into class and the teacher was fucking playing mind games, and she, instead of just like changing the seating order so you would know, everyone would walk in, sit in their seat, and she'd be like, all right, we're changing the seating order. She's like, I already did it last night. And she'd like raise the little map up in the map. She's like, no! And you have to change where you are.
Every teacher think they can exert that kind of power over his children.
Vicious.
That's disgusting and despicable.
It's despicable and
it's traumatizing.
And it's traumatizing.
Fucking gross, but this one time worked out for me, though.
Right.
I got to sit next to the chick that everybody thought was the cute chick in class.
That's pretty cool.
And I was sitting like this on my desk taking some test, and her leg banged into mine.
Ugh. And you were like, shit.
I tried to just act as if I didn't even notice it.
Fuck.
Basically, yep. And that was as close as I got to getting kissed at all.
And then, your leg grazed. I thought there was one more of that story. Wow, that ends there. That's awesome. That's like that one time I almost got fucked on the bus ride back from the school field trip because that girl held my hand. That's the equivalent to what you just did. Yeah, that one time we went to this, I think in 7th grade we went on a field trip to like the scarecrow patch and pumpkin patch or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And on the bus ride back, I held this girl's hand. So basically, she sucked my fucking dick.
In layman's terms.
In layman's terms, I got my fucking cock gobbled. On the bus, everyone was just watching. No one, that was cool. They just giving them a show.
Dude, we were just talking about how cool school buses were recently.
School buses were awesome, sick, dude. It really was the magic. School buses were so fucking cool. Especially when you're getting, handheld, getting your dick sucked, whatever you want to call it.
Who's splitting hairs? It's the same thing.
I just happen to refer getting my handheld as getting sloppy toppy. Like it's me and my friends call it.
It's one step away. I mean, why are we even considering it otherwise?
Holding the hand, holding my dick. It's the same. It's the
tomato potato.
Exactly. The school bus was pretty sick though. Honestly, we need to somehow figure out how to incorporate that. And no public. That's the problem with public transport. Strangers. School buses only work because you go on a regular public bus and it's psychopaths jerking off all over the place and gangs and shit, right?
Yeah.
You go because there's no accountability. You go onto a school bus, you can't go sicko mode on the fucking bus just because you feel like it. Because you're seeing those guys you're seeing them either you're walking off the bus and conjugating into the school. That was the really craziest part of all school. Remember the getting off the bus and all funneling into the front doors? That shit was wild.
That was like Battle of the Bastards.
That was like Battle. Yeah, honestly, dude. Except for JAE had it where if you were dropped off, it was even weirder. When I don't know what the room would be called, but where it's like the series of doors, and then it's just a big space, and another series of doors, like a wall of doors for the school, like a bunch of entrances.
Uh-huh.
And there's just a little spot in the middle to be locked off for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So the way it worked if you got dropped off was that the first set of doors were open to funnel in, but the second set of doors were locked because the school hasn't opened yet. So everyone would get there like 10 minutes early, and you would just have like fucking sardines in a can. There'd be fucking 60 of us all staying in that little waiting room because it's freezing outside, and we're all dying of carbon dioxide poisoning from all exhaling in here.
You just reminded me, so go ahead.
But then we'd all fucking go into the classroom and just open the door and go flying in.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say before I spun off about the whole funnel thing, Oh, the bus. No, the problem is, you go on the bus, or the very next day you're seeing them when you pick up the next morning, right? If it's the end of the school day bus, you know what part of the day is. You go crazy. Some people are more morning people, some people are more night people. But my point is, you know everyone who's there. So the only way to make buses work again for adults would be is if it's only buses of everyone who works together.
That's a good idea.
Because then you can go a little, I'm on the bus. I can go a little crazy because we're not actually at work yet. But you still have the restraints of like, well, I probably shouldn't pull my dick out since that's they literally work across from me in the cubicle.
If I pull my dick out now,
It'll
boss
probably
will
come
find
up
out.
at work. Yeah.
Probably considered work harassment.
Maybe I shouldn't jack off on the bus to work. And also,
I'll just take a
think about
different
that.
bus.
Dude, think about I just saved America's economy. Okay, think about that. You're telling me that we can just get one commute for an entire office of people? Better carbon footprint, right?
Bam.
More importantly, I just created a new job for a bus driver.
True.
Dude, when
You
I
create
blew out
several
my
jobs.
knee,
So there's gonna be different fucking set
that's what I'm
times.
gonna do my bus route, okay? What were you gonna say?
I had two things.
What were you gonna say? Hurry up. Spin my rapid fire. It's too long.
Okay, fine. So you were talking about being freezing outside. You want to hear the batshit crazy stuff that St. Phillips and James used to do to us as students? So they had a parking lot in the back, which was our giant recess yard.
Hold on. How do these fucking schools be like, yeah, you're gonna have to spend $1,000 a month for your kids to go here, but their playground is the faculty parking lot?
Well, most public schools don't have those
like-
kind of amenities.
Like, can they get like a jungle? No. Grass?
Yeah, but this parking lot was like the size of 3 of the ones at Olo.
That's not the point, Robbie. It's a parking lot. Parking lot is a parking lot.
But it's a big parking lot. So my point was though, they had 2 parking lots there though. They had the one in the front
There's
where
2 of them. They're triplets.
in the front, the buses would come and park in the front with the students on the bus and sit there for like 20 minutes till every bus showed up. And they'd wait till all the parents dropped off all the kids. And then all the students would walk to the back parking lot. And they'd have people line up on the fucking lines where the cars park in like, I think it was alphabetical order, maybe it was just alphabetical order based on your classroom. And the teachers would take attendance outside.
What?
And it'd be cold and shit. Sometimes it'd be fucking drizzling.
That's the most inefficient way to do something. Or more eloquently put, the least efficient way to do it.
How fucking batshit crazy is
It doesn't
that?
make any sense at all.
And like you
Who does
said,
that benefit?
those paying $1,000 a month for a
going
kid
out
to go there.
Oh, it was really crazy too. Maybe the reason why Olo was so tough too was because it was like not only did we have to go out there to fucking go to the streets to go in the parking lot of the the prison yard to go recess. We also had gym class out there. So then it was like,
Yeah, twice as many chances.
twice as many chances to get jumped essentially. Because there was 2 gym classes going on at a time. It's like, yo, again, what am I supposed to do with that gym class over there versus this gym class over here?
And they used to send kids out to fucking go open up that gate for the buses to show back up.
I know. Yeah,
Why is that the
don't you
kids'
go
job?
walk out alone and
There's
support
5
that?
custodians that work here. Why can't they go take care of that stuff? Every one of the children run out there. That's fucking bananas. Fucking best part about the bus, though, I think, which we forgot to mention before, was not only did you know everybody in the bus, but sometimes those kids weren't even in class with you. So you had like your own little special clique outside of school itself just to hang out before and after school.
100%.
That was the best part.
Yeah, it's not even. You're actually saying it the complete wrong way. Fucking for me, no one who was on my bus I had a single class with.
Yeah, I only had occasion that way, but that sounds awesome.
Like Mike was on the bus. I didn't have a class. I didn't have one class with Mike until we left. So
Are
I
you
had,
serious?
Yeah, that's the one time I heard Mike in a class. I had Mike in my 6th grade social studies class.
That's weird.
That was the only class I've ever shared with Mike. But I was on the bus with him my
That's how
entire
you
time
guys
there.
became this long-lasting friendship.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Because the bus makes friends.
Exactly. I never had. Who were the kids I hung out with on the bus? I hung out with Mike on the bus. Only had one class with him at the very end. I hung out with John on the bus. Never had a class with him. Never had a class with Connor. Never had a class with the other Connor. Never had a class with Elias. Everyone hung out on the bus with people who I just met on the bus, dude. That was fucking the bomb.
Yeah, that was the best
That was
part.
before, where you meet your friends? Bumble friends?
bus.
Bumble BFFs? Oh, I'm sorry. You're clearly a bottom feeder. Don't want to talk to you ever again. Back then, it was like, where'd you meet your friend? Met him on the school bus.
We hang on the school bus. Bus L. Where do you think
Bus
I met
L,
him?
Bus K, and Bus J.
Where do you think we met?
You know what's really crazy, too? I was Bus L on Long Island
No,
and Bus L in Pennsylvania.
that's bananas.
That's absolutely, like, what does that mean? That's a sign from God himself. That things can, in fact, there can be longevity of things. You get to be L. You get to change states, change schools, change identities, be a new person. But you know what you get to keep? L. Make your day a little easier. You know where to go at the end of the day. You're not going to get lost. Say, oh, fuck, L was my old bus. L's my forever bus,
That really is like a nice northern light shining star guiding your path at the end of the day.
Which is why we should bring back school buses.
Yes.
Think about knowing you have to drive to work every day.
Yeah, I'm driving an hour on the way to
And
my
also, not to mention,
school bus
too,
just take me.
It's only like, a crew of like 5 people, 6 people?
Yeah.
So think about that. You get to go on the short buses, which will always look so cool.
Oh, but I don't like these 5. I would rather I'd rather take the bus to work, but it has to be like a group of people I don't work with. So I can be friendly with them, and look forward to getting back on the bus to go home afterwards and talk with them. That's the whole point of making the school bus fun.
But that kind of ruins the whole thing where there has to be accountability. Unless it means the same people every day, same people every day.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know what? We changed it so you can only work within. You can only work in the town you live in.
Yes.
That makes everything simpler.
Carbon
and then
footprint
exactly,
so
and then
small.
each person gets put into a group of 10 randomly, and they all get lugged around by one person all day long for
You
their
don't need
jobs.
to work 50 fucking minutes away. Use email. Fucking work down the
Email,
block.
work down the
What
block,
fuck you doing?
exactly.
It's 2023. Take the school bus and drink Danimals.
Honestly, I'm just gonna get a Danimals and stop talking. We'll get a Danimals.
Bye, Chiquita. Bye, little sucker.